Most people often think about retirement planning and how they'll achieve their goals. This usually entails deciding when to retire, whether to continue working post-retirement, or how much income will be required and what kind of assets are needed to help achieve these goals. Now, some people use the services of a financial advisor or financial planner to plan for retirement, but few people consider or discuss the risks they may face in retirement. Many of these risks tend to be the same when you're working and after you've retired. But because of the limited amount of income you may earn post-retirement, it's a good idea to consider and review how your retirement savings could be affected by these risks. With me is Frank Davis in Toms River, New Jersey. So Frank, what are some common risks in retirement that need to be considered?
Well, some of the biggest risks we see in retirement, number one is market volatility. People always had their money there. They had it with a person. It was recommended to leave it in the market, and then all of a sudden you have, a war break out on the other side of the world, and our market takes a big dip. That could affect your income dramatically. The second one is, in fact, income, because people are living much longer, and with inflation, the average person lives more than 20 years in retirement, and the average cost of goods is going to double during that 20-year period. Another big risk that people don't realize is long-term care. When they get their Medicare, it says at-home, it used to be called at-home recovery because that's what it is. When you're on Medicare, if somebody has a stroke and they get sick, they'll go in the hospital, and they might be at like 60% when they go in the hospital, and they get up to 65, and then they do rehab and they get up to 72, and then they go home and the nurses help them, they get up to 78, and then when they're home they get to 82, and a week later they're 82, and 10 days later they're 82. Medicare stops paying. Most people don't realize that. So while in the past a stroke or a heart attack or even a bad car accident could have killed you, now with modern medicine and rehab, unfortunately, it's the number one reason why people are going bankrupt. So you really need to look into, are you covered if you have any long-term care risks? Because according to Forbes, once you hit 65, you have a 70% chance of needing long-term care at some point in the rest of your life.
And what are some ways to manage risks in retirement?
Well, some of the ways to manage risks in retirement is you gotta keep reevaluating what your risks are. So if you're working with somebody and they did set it, forget it, like 20 years ago while you're working, you really need to talk to somebody else. Because the biggest challenge I've seen with people in their portfolio is I had one guy and he was 100% in the market. He was all in tech and in 2022. And what happened was, we all know what happened. Tech took a big dip and he lost so much of his portfolio, he actually at 69 years old had to go back to work.
That's Frank Davis in Toms River, New Jersey. This is Retirement News Online.